You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 25th of June. After failure to build consensus, Indian Parliament to hold Speaker election for first time. Locals in POJK worried over effects of deforestation and forest fires. And Nepal PM reiterates claim on Indian territories, stirs up border row. And now for all the details. Senior leader of India's ruling BJP, Om Birla, on Tuesday filed the nomination for the Lok Sabha Speaker as the opposition Indy bloc fielded Congress leader K. Suresh for the post. The development came after talks between the government and opposition failed over the appointment to the post, kicking the election for the Speaker for the first time since independence. Condemning the move by the opposition, Union Minister Piyush Goyal said, while the government tried to build a consensus, the Congress put a condition of deciding the Deputy Speaker post first. He said the Speaker belongs to the entire House and not to the ruling or opposition parties. Same applies for the Deputy Speaker, and thus it is not with the tradition of the Lok Sabha that the Deputy Speaker should be from a particular party.
लोकसभा का उपाध्यक्ष कौन होगा वो पहले तय करें, फिर अध्यक्ष के लिए समर्थन मिलेगा। इस प्रकार की राजनीति को हम की निंदा करते हैं और मुझे लगता है कि अच्छी परंपरा ये रहती कि लोकसभा निर्विरोध एक सर्वसम्मति से अध्यक्ष चुनता, तो लोकसभा की भी मर्यादा अच्छी रहती, सभी पक्ष का उसमें योगदान रहता।
While Om Birla was the Speaker of the 17th Lok Sabha, where he was elected unanimously by both opposition and ruling parties, Congress leader K. Suresh is an 8-time Member of Parliament. The election for the Speaker is scheduled to be held on 26th of June, which will be followed by the address by the President of India a day later. And days after Pakistan government approved a major anti-terror operation in the country, it issued a clarification that Azm-e-Istihkam is not a kinetic large-scale military operation, nor would it entail the mass displacement of the local population. In a late-night statement on Monday, the Prime Minister office said the latest order is unlike the previous such operations, which were conducted to physically dislodge terrorists and required mass displacement of the local population and systematic clearance of affected areas. The said operation met with criticism by opposition parties who have claimed the government planned to launch military action without consulting the parliament. Opposition JUIF chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman said the government action will make the country weak. The decisions made by individuals in the Apex Committee are weakening the country, as at every level the uniformed people are sitting in the Apex Committees, he said, taking a dig at PM Sharif. Defence Minister Khwaja Asif has, however, said the government will try to build a consensus on the matter and added that they only want to challenge and end the rising wave of terrorism.
क्या पाकिस्तान हमने इसलिए हासिल किया था कि इस पाकिस्तान में हम जर्नलों की गुलामी करेंगे और जानवरों की तरह वो हमें जिस तरह हाँकेंगे हम उसी तरह जाएंगे और जिस तरह वो हमें चारा डालेंगे हम वो चारा कबूल करेंगे, कभी नहीं होगा।
Moving on. Locals in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have raised concern over indiscriminate felling of trees and forest fires that are leading to environmental degradation and unusually warm temperatures. A report.
Locals in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have raised concern over effects of climate change in the region due to deforestation and intentional forest fires, as it is leading to unusually warm temperatures. A resident expressed dismay that trees along the rivers which worked as a flood defense after glacial melt are fast disappearing. He said authorities have done nothing to mitigate the effects of natural calamities and they are left to brace the hazardous consequences.
कश्मीर में ये जंगलात की कटाई और जंगलात में आग लगाने की वजह से इस अरसा में सबसे ज़्यादा ग्लोबल वार्मिंग बढ़ती जा रही है, जिसकी वजह से जो है गर्मियाँ और सर्दियाँ जो हैं वो बहुत बुरी तरह असरअंदाज हुई हैं। अब गर्मियों का मौसम जो है वो अगस्त नवंबर तक जाता है, नवंबर तक। पहले जो कि अगस्त के शुरू में ही सर्दी पड़ना शुरू हो जाती थी। ये जो जंगलात की कटाई और ये जो टूरिस्ट वगैरह आते हैं, ये जो माहौल में आलूदगी वगैरह करते हैं, कोई गंद वगैरह फेंकते हैं या दरियाओं में चीज़ें फेंकते हैं, जिससे जो है गंदगी फैलती है ये आज़ाद कश्मीर के ख़ित्ता में। इसको भी एक ताकि प्रॉपर वे से रोका जा सके, ताकि ये जो माहौल है, कुदरती माहौल है, इसको बचाया जा सके।
Locals in POJK have long blamed that Pakistan pays little attention to their pressing problems, while it exploits natural resources in the region.
The International Monetary Fund on Monday said it has concluded a second review of Bangladesh's bailout program, giving the country immediate access to about $928 million in loans for economic support and about $220 million to combat climate change. In a statement, IMF Deputy Managing Director said, while the Bangladesh is navigating multiple macroeconomic challenges, the program performance has been broadly on track and the authorities remain committed to undertaking necessary policy actions and reforms. The $4.7 billion bailout to Bangladesh was approved by the IMF Executive Board in January 2023. The global lender, after the first review in December, had provided about $468.3 million to Bangladesh and about $221 million in support of its climate change agenda. The fresh installment is likely to be released in next 2 days. And Sri Lanka expects to sign a debt restructuring agreement with a group of creditor nations on Wednesday. Foreign Minister Ali Sabri has informed a major step forward to pull the country out of a severe economic crisis. Sabri told Reuters that President Ranil Wickremesinghe provided an update on the debt restructuring to members of his cabinet in a meeting late on Monday. The deal will allow creditor nations to recommence lending to the island nation, which slid into a crisis in 2022. Sri Lanka owes about $5.9 billion in bilateral debt to 17 nations, including Japan and India. It has roughly $37 billion in external debt. Aided by $2.9 billion IMF bailout, its economy is expected to grow 3% in 2024 after 2 years of contraction. Moving on, Nepal's Salahi District Court on Monday convicted Ram Bahadur Bomjan, known as Buddha Boy, on charges of raping a minor. 33-year-old Bomjan, a Nepali man whom thousands believe was a reincarnation of the Buddha and who drew international attention as a teenager, was arrested in January after he had been on the run for several years. He has also been charged with the disappearance of 5 of his disciples in different districts. As a teenager, Bomjan became known as a Buddha boy after followers said he could meditate motionless for several days. An official said the district court will deliver its verdict in the rape case on 1st of July. Meanwhile, Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal on Tuesday once again staked claim on Indian territories of Limpiodara, Lipu Lake and Kalapani and said they are integral parts of Nepal. Responding to queries in the House of Representatives, PM Dahal emphasized his government is unequivocal in its position regarding these territories. He said during his latest visit to India, he discussed the matter with his Indian counterpart and both sides agreed to resolve the border disputes through established mechanisms. Nepal's ties had strained with India in 2020 after Kathmandu published a political map that showed that 3 Indian territories as part of the Himalayan country. Officials of both the countries have agreed to resolve the border issue through diplomatic means. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.